Welcome back, finally, after a 3-month hiatus, the new 26 Rainbow Powered. And boy am I happy to have finally returned. It's been a long 3 months, plenty of comic reviews and plenty of speculation as to what the second 13 will bring. Well, just now, we just recently got the first of the second 13, Canterlot Boutique. Now, back in Season 1, we were given the impression that Rarity's ultimate career goal was to own a boutique in Canterlot. And, when you know it, 5 seasons later, we finally have reached the big moment. Rarity has achieved her life's goal, with a little help through a new character by the name of Sassy Shadows. And when you know it, Rarity is prepared for the occasion, with 6 new dresses for the grand opening, one of which is the princess dress, which, thankfully, Twilight manages to display in, well, for me at least, gorgeous fashion as usual. And the princess dress becomes an instantaneous hit. So much so that orders by the dozens pour in. And as the orders get fulfilled, Rarity's creative juices, however, get put on hold. Mainly because of Sassy wanting the princess dress to be a success so that she can be a successful Go Tour. But Rarity follows the rules of TLC. Time, love, and critique, as she calls it, or as we call it in the normal world, tender loving care. And this especially shows as the orders pile in, so does the stress, i.e. suited for success. Followed up by a beautiful new song. Rarity decides to choose quality over quantity. And for a time decides to close down the boutique. It's only when new customers notice new dresses that everything gets put back on order. And before I forget, Rarity did make one subtle change, brand new gemstones to the princess dress, which made it out of favor by the Canterlot customers. The reason this episode hit me and should hit most YouTubers in the throat, as well as it's a subtle jab back from the writers to the fans, by the way, is simply this. As of right now, this review will be video 377. All my videos have been, for the most part, exactly the same, with a few changes. Now, most YouTubers in the creative community fall into this rut. They find something they're really good at, i.e. reviews or let's plays or advice videos or something else, and then when the creator decides to experiment with something new or add something new to their repertoire, fans are instantly disconnected because it's not what they immediately came to the channel for. This can often be a creator's problem from not only a YouTube standpoint, but from a writer's standpoint. Being placed in the same creative pigeonholes and almost shunned and hated for taking creative chances, i.e. look back at Princess look back at the ascension of Princess Twilight in Magical Mystery Cure if you need series reference. By the way, there was series reference by bringing back the fact that Rarity used the money she gained by helping Sapphire Shores, that would be For Whom the Sweetie Belle Tolls, to open the new critique, as well as their subtle nods to Suited for Success and a little bit of green isn't your color as well in the way that the plot is derived. Sassy is the perfect foil character for an episode of this type. She's snooty, but not really to the point of Polymer from Rarity Takes Manhattan, but good enough to get the point across. Of course, the song is expertly done and expertly reprised, and the other characters are largely used where they're needed. It's mostly a Rarity episode, which is a plus. Rarity in this episode, from my opinion, is the best she's ever been. I've gone on public record stating before that Rarity is the worst written character in this television series, and barely anyone knows how to write her correctly or with respect. But Amy Keaton Rogers happens to be the one that finally, at last, got it right and made Rarity, at least for me, relatable, likable, and for the first time ever, actually rootable. That's why at the end of the episode, when Rarity tells Sassy Shadows where to stick it and that she's willing to close the couture for her own creative vision, not Sassy's, it's a very strong and powerful moment for Rarity's character of growth. And it really shows that although subtle, Rarity has truly grown into the three-dimensional character that some have already seen before this point has become. But of course, this is just one episode. And by and large, if this episode is quickly built upon, i.e. next week, I will be most concerningly pleased. As for this episode's lesson of quality over quantity, it's perfect for young writers, young creators on YouTube, any kind of creative artiste. Always take pride in the quality of your work. Never try to overstress yourself. Much like I did back in the early days of this YouTube channel. Trust me, I used to put up 5 videos a day as testament to this. But also it speaks a double lesson about fame. And sometimes enjoying your work and enjoying your job is more important than gaining fame or notoriety. That without the work ethic, the fame is not important, which really spoke to me because I, of course, as you can see by the videos here, have a tremendous work ethic. I work hard not for the money or the YouTube fame. I do these videos and run this channel because it is my passion in life. It is how I see myself connecting with other people and other reviewers. And most importantly, to you guys out there, the people. It's really important when trying to do something like a YouTube career or any career, not to let the fame go to your head and just fall into the status quo. Be different. Be new. Be willing to take chances. Be willing to gamble. And be willing to put it all on the line. For me, that's what Canterlot Boutique represented for me, not as a fan of the show, but as a respecter of Rarity as a character. This was the end-all be-all. If this episode had failed and gone to the traditional status quos, then it would have ruined Rarity's character forever in my eyes. Unredeemed. In fact, I had a video planned to punish the writers and Rarity fans for that very purpose. But, thankfully, that video will never be made. That video will never see the light of day. Not after this expertly done, expertly paced, and expertly moral episode. This is a fine way to start off the second 13 after a long 3-month hiatus, with maybe one of the best morals for YouTube creators, let alone anyone else, and Rarity's best showing since Suited for Success. And after the way she handled the boutique with pride, work ethic, and quality over quantity, I can see Canterlot Carousel being a big long-term hit in the series. That's why I'm pleased to give Canterlot Boutique the perfect score of a 6 out of 6. This is Rarity's best episode, bar none, with a moral that fits for not only creators of writing, fan fictions, and other things, but YouTube creators as well, stressing quality over quantity and stressing wanting to do the job for the love of the game, as it were, not for the fame. Until next time. Well, until the friendship table this week, where my work ethic goes back to work again, I am Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own nirvana and have your own set of standards.